Yo, what's up guys? Ace Owens Gaming here, and I'm gonna give my review on Payback. Um, I'm gonna make this review short. I don't want it to be as long because I know I make really long reviews, like 19-minute reviews. I'm gonna make it just short, as I possibly could. The pay-per-view was pretty decent. It wasn't bad. It was pretty decent. Some of the matches were actually good, better than what I expected. Um, the first match we're gonna talk about is Sheamus versus Dolph Ziggler. Um, Sheamus won the match, and during the match, Dolph actually we saw blood. Like Dolph, he botched the move he was gonna do. He was gonna do on Sheamus, and I think he grabbed. I think he grabbed Sheamus somehow. Like something happened, and I think he somehow just bled, and he was bleeding like everywhere. And so while he was on his knees, I think the blood made him dizzy, and afterward, Sheamus just kicked his head off while he was on his knees, and that was it. That ended the match. But whatever Dolph Ziggler did that caused him to bleed, that was pretty much his fault. Um, but yeah, that was gruesome. He got his head kicked out of the building. Cause after the match, he left with a towel on his head. No, it was horrible. Let's see. All right, the second match we're going to talk about is King Barrett versus Neville. Um, the match was pretty decent. I mean, it was okay. It was like a typical match you'll watch on Raw. Um, the match ended with King Barrett, winning by. Oh no, he went out the ring. He got knocked out of the ring, and he was trying to get back up, and he purposely got himself counted out, which was the cause of Neville winning. And Neville was pretty much upset. Like the ref tried to, excuse me, oh my god, the ref tried to raise his hand, but Neville was like, nah, man. And eventually, Bad News Barrett came back in the ring. He tried to attack Neville, but then Neville gave him a back German suplex. And then afterwards, he gave him the red arrow, and his music started playing, and that was the end of that little altercation. And let's see, next, Ryback versus Bray Wyatt. Let's see, this match was a pretty good match. It was mostly a back and forth match. Bray Wyatt won. Like throughout that match, I think Ryback had the upper hand. He was pretty much dominating that match. But then as soon as Bray Wyatt started to counter his moves, like soon as Bray Wyatt hit that crossbody, that first one, Ryback was already hurt, I believe so. Because I mean, I read a report saying that Ryback hurt his ribs because of a senton Bray Wyatt did or something like that. He hurt his ribs. He was injured after the match. But that crossbody he hit on Ryback, that might have been what contributed to that injury Ryback has now. Because he as soon as he hit that crossbody, he hit him directly in the stomach, and that was, oh my gosh. But the match ended with Bray Wyatt hitting the Sister Abigail out of nowhere, and that was it. That was it. Like the turnbuckle got exposed, and he pushed Ryback to the turnbuckle, and as soon as Ryback came from that turnbuckle, he just hit him with a Sister Abigail, and that was it. And Bray Wyatt won. Is it me, or is Bray Wyatt showing some type of ring rust? It seems like he's showing a little bit of ring rust to me. I don't know. It's just me. But all right. The next match I'm going to talk about is Tamina Snuka and Naomi versus the Bella Twins. First off, I have not been paying attention to this little rivalry. I thought they were going to have like a Divas Championship match, but they had a tag team match. Naomi and Tamina won that match. Naomi hit the rear end on, I think it was Nikki or Brie. It was one of them. She hit the rear end on, and she got the pinfall. Before that match started, they had a promo, and Brie was a bit emotional because she was talking about Daniel Bryan, him being injured, what his future is going to be. She got a bit emotional about that. But that possibly could have gotten in the way of her losing. Of them losing, they probably had some type of emotional concern about Daniel Bryan. They probably thought about it during the match, and I know it's scripted and all, but I mean, anything can happen. Just saying. But Naomi and Tamina Snuka won. I don't know how far this team is gonna get, aka family, whatever they claim themselves as. I hope Naomi wins the Divas Championship in the future, because I really would love to see her hold that Divas title. She's a pretty good heel so far, and I could picture her just being this dominant diva with the Divas Championship and knocking off the pretty little faces of the Divas division. And let's see, what do I have left? Okay, Cesaro and Tyson Kidd versus The New Day. This match was really good. This match was awesome. The ending was hilarious. Like Big E and Kofi and Cesaro and Tyson Kidd, man, I applaud them, man. That was a really great match. The ending was hilarious. Like, Xavier Woods got in the ring. He pinned, I think he pinned Cesaro. He had Cesaro in the roll-up. It was Tyson Kidd. It was one of them. I can't remember, but he got in the ring. He put them in a roll-up pin, and the referee didn't know who it was, and he just counted 1, 2, 3, and that was it. And the referee, he turned his back like pretty quick after it happened when he was like, the match is over, and Xavier Woods just left the ring. I guess the referee is blind as a bat because he couldn't tell who it was, but that was hilarious. And the New Day, they reclaimed their titles. And after that match, New Day had a promo. They were drinking glasses of milk, and they were talking about they were doing a typical promo, basically saying that their winner. They were saying some stuff about being positive. They took the gold home, doing a little New Day chant, the typical stuff they do. And then they were getting interviewed backstage, and they were told that at Elimination Chamber they're going to be a part of this tag team match at Elimination Chamber. It's going to be like a Elimination Chamber tag team match or something like that. Most likely it's going to be 3 teams. Since the Chamber consists of 6 competitors, it's going to be like team versus team versus team. Like a triple threat tag team, basically. But that was a pretty good match. It was a 2 out of 3 falls match, by the way. Let's see. What do we have left? Rusev versus John Cena in an I Quit match. This match was... I didn't think the match was going to be all of that. It was okay. It was alright. The ending was... I predicted the ending before it even happened. I knew Lana was going to get involved and say, Rusev quit. Because I just can't picture Rusev saying, I quit. And we all know, of course, Cena's not going to quit. This man is like undefeated in I Quit matches. When the match ended, Rusev, he actually unhooked the turnbuckle. He tried to freaking hit John Cena with that metal ramp, that metal thing or something, and Cena got back up. Then he just gave him the STFU, and he had the rope around his head, and Rusev was just speaking Russian. He was saying something in Russian, and Lana got in the ring. She was like, he quit, and the referee rung the bell. Probably the best moments in that match. They took the freaking steel thing that I forgot what it's called. The steel ramp like that surrounds the crowd. They took the steel part and they connected it to the ring, and Rusev suplexed Cena through it, and that was awesome. And Cena also did a FU on Rusev on a pyro, and that was amazing. Cena was like, "Oh, that's it, that's done," but Rusev didn't give up. Like throughout that match, Rusev could barely walk. Like Rusev was out throughout that match. He could barely walk, and somehow he was still just standing up, doing all he could to keep Cena down. But Cena, he just wasn't giving up. Cena just came back and beat him. Let's see. Last but not least, the fatal 4-way for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins. This match had a lot of outside interference. Kane got involved. He was just trying to prevent Ambrose, Reigns, and Randy Orton from, beating up Seth Rollins. The Authority got involved, of course. The highlight of this match that caught mostly everyone's eye, including my eye, was when the Shield had a little reunion. They all just started jumping Randy Orton outside of the ring out of nowhere. They were just stepping on him, and next thing you know, Roman did the little tongue for the shit. He said, "Ooh!" And next thing you know, they both picked Randy Orton up, and boom, Shield powerbomb through the table. And that's probably going to be the last time we see that, in a long time. We probably won't see that anytime soon. But that was pretty awesome, seeing that again. I didn't expect that to happen. And then Seth Rollins, he was acting like everything was all cool. He looked at him. He was like, yeah. He put his fist out, the little Shield. They did the little fist thing. He had his fist out, and Roman Reigns stole off him after that. He punched him in his face, and they just started beating him up. They also powerbombed Seth Rollins through the table. They powerbombed Kane through the announce table. After they beat up Seth, Seth was on top of that left table, the Spanish table. And they had Kane in a powerbomb, and they just powerbombed him right on top of Seth through the table. The first time it botched, but it worked the second time. Let's see. And then it was between Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. They both were in the ring. They had like a bit of a fair, stare down, and they just started exchanging fists. And eventually, what's his name? Seth Rollins got involved. He broke up one of the pins, and that's when Seth Rollins and Randy Orton started to come back. And it ended up being between Randy Orton and Roman Reigns. Was it Roman Reigns? Was it Roman Reigns? I think it was Roman Reigns. It ended up being between Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. And out of nowhere, which I didn't expect, Seth Rollins hit a freaking pedigree, and that pedigree was horrible. That was probably one of the worst pedigrees I've ever seen. Stephanie could do a pedigree better than that. That pedigree was just crap. It was horrible. But Seth Rollins retained his belt. He was still he retained his title. He's still the current champion. With the help of the others as well. And then while he was celebrating, Triple H came out. Of course, Triple H was going to come out because the guy probably was paying homage to Triple H, hitting the pedigree, and Triple H came out with a big smile on his face. He was celebrating with Seth Rollins. It was just crazy. And after watching Payback, it looks like the Authority was still of course they're going to be in power, but they're still going to run things the way they usually do. No change whatsoever. But that's about it, guys. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Tell me what you think of this review. Tell me what you think of Payback, first off. Well, most importantly. But if you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe. And sorry I'm talking too fast. When I wear my headphones, I cannot hear myself well. But when I take it off, I hear myself. And I could control my speaking. So, yeah. But again, thank you for watching. Peace.